Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer, where today we've got to beat the clock as we take on the Time Trial Challenge. It's a tricky little challenge, this one. It robs you of the one thing in Freelancer that is most important, and that is patience. We are going to be completing every level as though we had the Time Trial Challenge on, so 2 minutes per target, or 10 minutes for a showdown. And then once we've killed all our targets, the clock stops and we can do other things, optional type things. So where do we want to begin? I wouldn't mind beginning with arms trafficking. I would like to do 4 different syndicate types, probably. But I also need to consider the maps to some extent, because I don't want to do huge sprawling maps and have, say, 2 targets that are opposite ends of the map. If we can possibly avoid it. I'd rather do that sort of thing on later levels. But then again, at the same time, if we only get 1 target, then a big sprawling map's probably fine because we've only got 1 place to go and we should be able to get there in 2 minutes. So maybe we do start with some arms trafficking in Dubai, Hokkaido and Sapienza. What prestige have we got? Not timed hide and seek, which goes nicely with what we're doing anyway. So we'll generally take the time trial prestiges if they pop up. We've got 1 target, 2 targets, 1 target. So Dubai with 2 targets is probably the trickiest thing of the lot. Explosive kill and hide target bodies. Interesting. Whereas Sapienza and Hokkaido are each just a singular target. Eliminate guards with shotguns and SMGs. And a prox explosive kill. That seems like a smooth sort of starting point. We'll bring along some of our usual gubbins. Do we want to just bring a prox duck? Why not? It's generally considered legal to throw them on the floor. We've got 6 inventory spots left. Do we have to leave pistol at home? Maybe. Because we probably want a silent shotty. Oh no, we do have 2 spots left. So we could bring along banker's pistol. Because it fits the outfit, you know. You've got to colour coordinate. And let's get a wiggle on. Okay, we are in our room. Our target is outside our room. Well, this is a smooth start, one would think. Let's have a look. You're there, are you, Doc? Have a duck. Lovely, and that's how it's going to go. We are going to complete challenges and get the job done. That's possibly the quickest time I've ever finished off all the targets in a mission. So now we've just got to kill a bunch of guards, which should be fine. We've got a courier hanging around, not far away. Our supplier is... Where is our supplier? On the 2nd floor? I'm not quite sure where they are, to be honest. But either way, goal number 1 is complete. We could potentially head downstairs and see if there's any guards roaming about. Jason Portman can sod off because we don't really care. There's Yuki. So because Yuki's there, maybe there's no additional guards down here. Oh no, there are still those 2. Good. So it shouldn't be too hard to get ourselves the old bodyguard outfit.
Tough as nothing.
Lovely. Now we can get into quiet places and take out guards. We can wear our shotgun on our back. So we're pretty much at liberty to roam about, go wherever. Maybe we'll climb down this pipe at the back. We'll avoid the director. We don't need him enforcing us right now. Oh, there he is. Excellent. Let's just whip out the old gun. Yeah, what's he got for us? A Tomfer. We've got a lot of money because I did another campaign off camera to just build up my inventory a bit more. So maybe we grab that. Maybe we grab the sniper rifle. Maybe we come back for the sniper rifle. I'd like to be able to climb about the gaff
if you need
right
anything
now.
else.
And we can't do that with a briefcase. So down we go. There's one guard who comes up and down.
Shanghai? That's the one.
Is anyone else up
Still
here?
healing too.
I shit you not. I think he's making a decent bonus on some.
Yeah, there's no one else around, so may as well get a shotty kill out of the way. And then cameras is probably smart. Might not be necessary as such, but it generally doesn't hurt. Ooh, panics a few people perhaps, but that's okay because we don't need to go that way. I know where there's another easy guard we can knock off. Assuming Nails isn't approaching or anything like that. So if we knock this guy off with the subby, in he goes. Nails might be on his way down based on that snippet of conversation we heard, but that's okay. So we've got two more to shotgun. We can easily find pairs of guards roaming the map. Are there two patrolling up here? There normally is, right? Or maybe there'll be two just lurking up the top somewhere. Okay, no, this bit is guard free on this variant of the map, whichever one we're on. That's fine. The two that roam up and down here might be easy marks if they are close. The further down we go, the more likely we are to run into Gardner though. Are there none here on this version of the map either? Interesting. I'm not sure what variant we're on. Unless it's those two. Yeah, they're starting to move now. Guess we can just follow them for a bit. Nothing suspicious about this. I'm pretty sure there's no one else that's going to notice if we give these two a quick bit of bang bang. Now we can head back to Supplier Friend and wrap things up. There we go, we've purchased a sniper rifle and we're off to the smoothest possible start. You love to see it. It would be nice to get back Fox Duck. Lovely. They are very useful in time trials. And Timed Hide and Seek has showed up again, so why not? We're going to do another map with one target, so we shouldn't need to hide at any stage. Eliminate guard shotgun and assault rifle, and poison guard. Shouldn't be too challenging overall. We'll bring the usual stuff from here. We'll see how much space we got left after we tool up on the old guns. We could bring two big guns into the level, but I think we'll bring a loud gun and a quiet gun instead. We can leave ourselves a couple of spots free. What if we bring the legendary version of the shotgun? That one's size 3. That one's only size 1. That would allow us to bring another poison dart gun, just in case. And it'd also be nice for couriers in public spots, because you can never have too many mercies. And we're down by the beach. Our target, though, is not. Our target is in the mansion area, hanging around near the ruins to some extent. So I think I've got a plan. It would be made easier if we didn't have a briefcase about our person, but that's fine. We're just going to run up on here.
Oh, I just adore this town.
Maybe we just drop off our briefcase, because I don't think we need it immediately. Yeah, you sit there, friend. And we're going to climb into the mansion via the ruins. Oh. And in. Where's our pistol? Where's our man? It's not far away. But there is also a guard. We've got like 40 seconds, which should be ample time to take out both of these men. Yeah, as expected, the guard is the one coming down.
Not in the mood for this right now.
Let's give him the old seeker, and then bop him in the head. We've got like 10 seconds or so left. Car alarm went off, which is not ideal. But we have achieved our goal. And we are away. Could have potentially taken the guard outfit there, but that's the kind of micro mistake that occurs when you're on time trial and you just don't have even a second or two to think about things. I'm sure it's not going to bite us in the butt. There's ample guard outfits on the level. Now, where's our briefcase gone? Did someone pick it up? Really? Yeah. Where are you taking it, madam? I didn't think anyone went in there. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have left my briefcase where I did. Gosh darn it. Well, that's going to get deposited somewhere in the mansion then. We will collect it. We'll go into the mansion and we'll collect it.
Hey, need anything cool?
After you.
Our supplier friend can help us out, perhaps. A concealable knife. We'll take that. We could take another assault rifle. Or a shotgun, but... Yeah, maybe once again we'll come back
Don't
to
hesitate
supplier
to come back.
after we've done everything else. So let's help ourselves to Rocco's pants. Briefcase was stashed. Where is it stashed? Not far away. Not the best time to drop down while she's going through. That's her out the way. Rocco will be bothered no more. And we've got a mansion keycard. Could come in handy. I'm not sure. Now we've got a courier down here, which is excellent. Where's our karma gone?
It's just all this water.
We've got a safe as well, not far away. Upstairs in there, but our briefcase is very close by. So that was easy enough to retrieve. We like this. Will a housekeeper outfit let us into the building that the safe is in? Maybe. That could potentially be a good building to shotgun guards as well. Okay, we are trespassing. Any guards passing through this building? Doesn't appear to be the case. Who spotted us? Oh, someone upstairs, okay. Now, there's a camera just above this door. So let's get that out of the way. And then there's that man who almost spotted us. Hello. Pants, please. Maybe assault rifle out of the briefcase as well. Because why not? Mansion master key, excellent. So, would it be quiet in here to kill that man? I don't think so, because there's two men over there. Just wondering where's a good spot to shotgun people.
You look like you done something you shouldn't.
Didn't realise you were out there, friend.
Am I right? Not in the figure!
Now, what about you? I don't know if Silvio's alive on this version of the map. Might well be. So there's a possibility that he'll just wander into the observatory at some point. But otherwise, over here might be a quiet spot to shotgun some guards. Oh yeah, the door's open there. There's a guard in here at the very least. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Which means by the time we finish dragging some guards into place, he might be on his way back out. Now, where did we leave the safe? That is over there somewhere. There's two of our clues. Is the third one out here, maybe?
Hey,
Not sure.
I found an old box of VHS tapes in the observatory. I didn't know Caruso was so old.
There we go.
Oh, those. They're all old family clips from his childhood.
Makes sense to rob the safe before we potentially draw a large number of guards into the area. And of course it gives Silvio more time to disappear. Which he's not yet done still, but he's on his way now. This is good. There is a guard out there though, so I still think we're going to put people on alert with this. But no, turns out we don't. That's a difficult challenge out of the way. Theoretically, we could plink a bunch of guards from up here with the assault rifle. Like that guy, for instance. But that potentially could cause people to come up here and see what's going on. So instead we'll come up onto the roof. Where there's an enforcer. Yeah, we didn't even need to kill that guy because there's 3 people up here. There's old Enforcer. And then there's 2 more in the attic.
This is impossible. Take him down!
Excellent. So that's another perfect run once we escape the level. Yeah, it sounds like folks have made their way up to where that first shot was fired, perhaps. Even more cash, wonderful. There is another courier down by the pier, so maybe we head that way. Dropping in here might not have been the best idea because it seems like everyone in the vicinity is an enforcer. So maybe we go back the way we came. Now that the guards have finished looking around there and realise I'm gone. Oh, hello.
He's not here! Anyone got a visual on the target?
Hello. That guy doesn't have a visual on anything anymore. Clever of them to find their way up here though. Maybe it's because we ran in front of the camera, and even though the camera didn't see us do anything, it still assumed that we were guilty. Because we had that crime stink about us. Bloody cameras. It's possible they found the bodies in the observatory at this point as well. But if we just leave the area, all should be okay. Oops. Gone too far. No reason. We can leave the way we entered just so we can go back and see supplier. Alright, so we can't afford the sniper rifle this time. Get the ancestral shotgun. It's fine. And then, are we trespassing if we go this way? Oh. I mean, first of all, yes. But secondly, we need to throw our briefcase down first. I don't think the fact we're trespassing is a big issue because it's pretty empty around here. It is a relatively fast way of getting down to the lower section of the map. Now, where do we leave that other courier?
Whoa.
There they are. Oops. We were compromised. We saw that. That guy up there. Also, we missed our shot, so it's fine. We'll just go away before everything kicks off. It's not the end of the world. Hopefully that's the toughest levels out of the way. I always find that the ones with fewer targets and therefore a tighter time limit are the worst, because the bigger your time limit, the more choices you've got available to you, really. Now, we need an explosive kill. Which means we have to eliminate going to a meeting if we want to keep up our perfects. But then that is kind of tricky when combined with high target bodies. But there is a trick, isn't there, I think? I've heard about a trick that I've not tried yet, which is if you take down a suspect without them being aware of your presence, and then you arrange a meeting, and then you kill them, then it counts, I believe, as kill whilst going to a meeting. I could be wrong, obviously. It's been known, but I think that's the case. I'm not going to bring an assault rifle because it's Dubai. There's ample assault rifles available on the upper floors. As for explosive, I could just make one upstairs. So I think I'll do that. So yeah, I think I've got everything we need from down here. Who are we after? A bookworm foodie. With black hair, glasses and no hat. Very well. Let's go make a boom. So we've got 10 minutes. Even on the most heavily populated levels, that's frequently good enough for a showdown. And we've got 3 of our targets over here, so that's nice. Let's whip out the old camera. You're a hat wearer. You two are both black-haired glasses. Don't know if that guy's got earrings, so certainly doesn't on that side. Oh, he's lost interest already in the speech. Is he going to eat food? He is. He's got an earring and a necklace. If he reads a book, he's our man. What about this lad up here? Is he a hat wearer? Looks like it. Hiding bodies could be tricky down here because there's no... Ah, she's eating a sweet chocolate bar. So it's definitely this man. And now he's reading a book just to confirm it. But yeah, if he goes to a toilet down here, he's not going to be in a place with a cupboard, is he? So hiding target bodies would be impossible, really. Maybe we need to get him without secreting him first.
Take it easy, sir.
In which case we'd probably want an outfit of some sort. But where's he going to go? Is he just going to linger down here? Let's just check the other toilets just to make sure that there are no cupboards in them. I feel like that's definitely the case. Yeah. Potentially though, we get an outfit.
Hey, the trash can has...
Okay, the woman saw us in the mirror, I think, which is why that didn't work. I could have just turned the toilet on, I suppose. But yeah, you come in, you have a look at that. You go down in a heap. We get your key card as well, which is nice. He's back over here again. It might be the case that we need to like clear out a bathroom. And then we can knock him out in there, drag him somewhere quieter, and deal with him. So you can join us, perhaps. Hopefully that suspect who's approaching isn't coming into the toilets. I'm pretty sure he'd use the other cubicle if we sent him over here. And then maybe we could, like, drag him in here. Drag him somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that would all work. If he goes into this bathroom. If he goes into another bathroom, trickier. But we'd also have to seek him without getting spotted, which could be tricky. Especially if he just goes back and forth on this side. Oh, and he's got an assassin. Wonderful. He's on his way to a meeting, I think. He just looks at his phone. Who have we got in here? 3 folks. We could prepare this bathroom just in case we get a chance. So you're coming in. Oh wait, this one does have cupboards. Okay. Well, we'll pop you in there. Ah, this one doesn't have cupboards. Okay. And that other guy has left this area. When does that other guy return to this bathroom? Have we got time to drag this man into here and just leave him on the floor somewhere? Yes. So there's our man once again. Can anyone see us from back here? Oh, I hit someone. It wasn't the target.
What? Oh, crap.
That's
Oh,
unfortunate.
Hey, oh, God, you're hurt. Okay, this is a bad situation here. Okay, are you okay? You know, my God, you got the pulse. Okay. Oh, God, you're never.
You need to hurry. The target is trying
Well-
to escape.
Yeah, that hasn't worked out for us, which is a shame. I'm sure I was on target with that seeker shot, but the fact that we apparently weren't has cost us 2 of our objectives. We allowed up there?
This area's off limits.
Okay.
Off you go, waiter.
Very well. We'll go elsewhere to get our assault rifle kills. We'll come this way. And we'll climb up this very handy elevator shaft. Oh, hello. There's bloody guards all over the place in there. We don't really want to be coming out of there at that point then. That looks like Stuyvesant, so yeah. What if we come up top? We could leave the level at this point. But if we try and leave this elevator, we are definitely going to get spotted by that guy, right? I think this guy's got his head turned, so maybe we would actually be okay. But it's a risk. So maybe we just come back down here and wait for everything to return to normal in there, which it appears to have done. Shame we didn't have any spare throwables, but we've got one, and that's the main thing.
Hello?
So down you go. And at the very least we're allowed up here now. There's no safe on this level, was there? No. Supplies upstairs somewhere. There's a courier upstairs somewhere. But no safe. So we'll probably just do what we normally do. Climb up here as though we were starting on this topic. This is always an excellent place to start. And then you should be okay to climb up there. There's that one man. Get in a cupboard, friend. Gives you pants. Now we've got a subby as well, but we still haven't got our assault rifle. That guy's got one that we could use. That guy also has one.
Oh, shit, I must go and get better. I'm from
So this bit's just business as usual, really. We covered our janitor friend, then we throw something to attract the attention of that lad. And this will secure us our assault rifle. So we're only getting like 2,500 mercies for this level, which is a shame. Ah, supplies not there. They're in the other spot slightly below us. That's cool. Let's just go and murk some more guards to secure that last 1,000. I guess also there was that courier, wasn't there? Yeah, they're upstairs again. Maybe we go for them. Try and minimise the damage that we've done to our bank balance with that misplaced seeker shot. Any enforcers? No, doesn't seem like it. That's good.
I'm sorry, this thing gave specific instructions.
And you are just out there. Interesting. I don't know who you are or why you're out here. Someone spotted that, apparently. Oh, it's just you. By the time we leave the area, you're probably going to get spotted, but by the time we leave the area, it's not, I don't think, an issue. Are there multiple guards around here, or is it just that lad? Cool. Bit of cash made. And then, yeah, you're coming this way, so what's the best way to get to courier friend? Surprised that woman saw us shoot with the Karma. It's not been a good mission for dart guns. But that's fine. We're long gone. It's okay to have people compromise you if you're nowhere near the scene of the crime when they get woken up. Ooh, bit more cash. And what do you have for us, friend? Perhaps we get the spooky bat and the tactical shotgun covert, because that has a bigger capacity than the white silent shotgun that we've already got. So I'd rather have this one to bring into levels instead. We've got the spooky bat as well because we can carry both at the same time. And away! And another prize. It is a little pistol. Very well. I don't think we can complain very much about 2 perfect runs and a 2 out of 4. But where do we go next and what do we do? We're more likely to get multi-target missions at this point, which is obviously good news. We could go to Colorado, Dartmoor. There is a Hokkaido on there though. Probably don't want to be repeating missions just yet if we can avoid it. There's Dubai on there. That's a Hokkaido. We might have a choice at this rate. That's a Hokkaido. I was going to save organ trafficking for later because I like it the best. But it's got 4 new missions, so I guess we're doing it now. Should we start with the littlest mission today? Poison target with sedative and then kill him with an axe. Maybe. What does prestige say? Timed hide and seek is on there. Good. So we need an axe. We need a karma, which we'll grab in a second. We'll also grab a pistola. And we'll grab our usual gubbins here. Maybe it also can't hurt to get a seeker. Although ideally we'll get a durian if it's Ambrose. And then that will allow us to isolate our target in the safest way possible. But we'll see, we've only got 2 minutes, so we can't afford to watch them shuffle to the toilet for half that time. And it is indeed Ambrose. We are near the durian, so that's good. Is our target nearby? They are in a hut, which is not far from Akka's hut. So that's the that's up. Yeah, that's up where Akka and Noel Crest are able to meet each other, isn't it? So we best get a wiggle on.
Looking sharp.
Let's see, what's the best way to get up there? Up there is where I'm thinking we need to be. Well, if we come this way, is there a guard around who can donate an outfit to us? There is. Guess we're getting some axe throwing practice. And then how do we get up to them? He's right there. We could possibly just get him from here, but then we'd lose some of our optionals. But we can now safely cross the bridge. There he is.
Keep your eyes on the toy soldiers. They're up to something.
So when he turns around, we could just seeker him and then throw an axe in. Problem solved. Although his friend might notice if he falls down. No, his friend doesn't seem to have noticed. Good. Excellent. So that's a perfect run. Where's our supplier? What else have we got to do on this level? We've got a supplier. It looks like we don't have a courier or a safe. So it's a pretty straightforward sort of level. That guy might get noticed at some point, but I don't think that's the end of the world. Let's come around this way. Down, we're not far from the supplier now. Yeah, these guys have got an enforcer amongst their number, but easily evaded. I'm warming up on Ambrose. It can still be a right pain in the butt sometimes, but generally I quite like it as a freelancer level.
I got some cool stuff.
Now, what have we here? We've got the makeshift scrap assault rifle. We're getting to the point now where we can't really afford guns off one level's worth of mercies. We're starting to get stuff that costs around the 20k mark on a regular basis, whereas you can generally only get around 10k per level. Now let's help ourselves to a key. Nope, I've walked into the wrong room. Oh, there's a keyboard here, someone makes music in here. Well, that's cool. I didn't realise there were fun people like that on this level. There's our key, it's under this brick. And now it's time to go home. Short and sweet. I suppose we could just about get another level in today, but I don't think I will. I think we'll stick to the usual format of 4, 4, 4, and then a couple of 3s to wrap up, because they are just going to get more complex as we go through the challenge. And hopefully you'll be there to see them do just that. Until next time, thanks for watching, friends.